Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome to your morning messages with me, Michelle. On my channel, we talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, how to get through tough times. And in my morning messages, we pull cards, we pull pages from some of my favorite inspirational books, and we talk all the things. So in this reading, we are going to do a kind of an energy pull for this week, for the rest of the week. I have heard and read from other spiritual teachers that the 7th through the 13th, which is this week, is a huge shift in our lives and a huge shift in our habits and how we're showing up in the world. And it's kind of like we're being shown more of our purpose. And I just had a little blockage in my throat chakra, which is confirmation of that. Anytime I get movement of air, whether it's a burp, a hiccup, or something, that's the universe using my body to send you all a message. I'm a feeler, I'm an intuitive, so my body it needs to be super clear in order for me to do this type of work. So I pay attention to every little nook and cranny. So that is how the universe speaks through me, is through my body. Okay, so I found a new book that we're going to use today. The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. She's the same author of Journey to the Heart, the other book that I've used many times in my morning messages. So we're going to pull a page from here, and it says Daily Meditations on Codependency. So it's helping us not be so dependent on addictions or people or things or routines. We have to learn to let go every once in a while. We have to learn to say, okay, I can be okay in my body no matter what is going on around me. And especially with the way the world is right now, if you're watching this video, it's 2022 March, and we are 2 years into this craziness, the pandemic, and we have to learn to be okay in our bodies. We can't run from the discomfort. It's around us. So how do we be in it? And learning to let go of all attachments and being like, okay, I can be okay without money. I can be okay without food for a little bit. I can be okay without my routines. I can be okay without a job. I am still a beautiful human being. And I know that I'm being led by spirit, by God, by the universe, and I can be okay in those moments. And I'm being tested in my own life with this, and it is strengthening my faith, and I'm really enjoying it. On the nights that I'm waking up at 10 p.m., till 4 a.m. with anxiety, I'm embracing it, and I can calm myself down and I can be there, but it's not fun. But we are going through this major shift this week, and we are shifting into new versions of ourselves, and the universe is literally like squeezing us. So if you feel like you've been squeezed with anxiety or being pushed to make a decision, it's that squeezing energy. It's okay. It's meant to be here. One day you're going to wake up this week and you're going to forget that you even felt that way. Like I felt that way Friday night, and I tend to feel things before the collective. And I felt it on Friday night, and I just was like, what is this? I feel like I'm going to die. I almost had to call somebody because my panic attack was so bad, but I know how to calm myself. I teach this in my mindfulness videos. If anybody needs to learn this, I do 4-count breathing to stop my anxiety, because what's happening is your body's responding to your thoughts, and your thoughts are not real, but your body thinks they are. So it's kind of like your body thinks it's being chased by a tiger, and you have to soothe your body and say, no, at 4 a.m., we're not being chased by a tiger. We are fine. We don't know what the future holds, and we have to not think about it. We have to stay in the present moment. So I do something called palm pinching. So I'll just grab my palm and I'll just pinch it slowly. I'll say, Michelle, you're safe. Michelle, you're safe. Your hand feels really nice. You're sitting on the couch. You're calm. You feel good. And I just talk to myself. And I just get very, 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 very present in the moment that I'm in. I talk about where I'm sitting. I talk about how things feel. I'm feeling the blanket underneath me. So when you're having that anxiety attack or that panic attack, you have to literally go back to the basics of just breathing and telling your body that you're safe and nobody's hurting it, and you're not going to get hurt tomorrow. You're not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing. You're fine, and that everything will work out. So we're going to pull a page from this book because of because of my anxiety attack the other night, I feel like maybe other people are going to start going through that this week because I tend to feel things first. Not first, not to like, that's not a pedestal statement. It's just when I feel things, I tend to have my clients text me 2 days later and be like, are you feeling this? I'm like, no, but I felt that 2 days ago. I can help you. So it's kind of like that energy. We're all on the same path. We just do things at different times. So this book will help you guys. And then also, I just wanted to remind any new viewers, I'm getting a lot of traction on my manifesting videos on my channel. So I'm going to start posting more of them. They're getting a lot of views, so I'm super pumped. So I figured if any of those people are new to my channel and you've never watched one of my morning messages, I made a bunch of journals and they're all being sold on Amazon. So I highly recommend, especially if you are somebody who likes to manifest, you have to write down your manifestations. And the way we write them down is we say, I am so grateful. This is my grateful one. I am so grateful now that I'm making $10,000 a month. And then we close the books, we put them away, and we say, universe, we've ordered our DoorDash. Can you come bring us our order? And we surrender and we let the universe do its work. And that is the key to manifesting, is journaling it. You have to get a journal, and I'll link my journals below in the description box. Get a journal and just write down what you want. You might be in a situation right now where you're somewhere where you're not happy. You need to start making a list of what would make you happier. What does that life look like? Write it down. I am so grateful now that I'm living in this type of house. I'm so grateful now that I have this kind of partner. I'm so grateful now that I have this income. And you just write it out. And then what happens is the universe starts to get to work on it. And then you don't have to worry about how it's going to arrive or when. You just have to be open. And if you want to watch my videos about 10 signs that you know that your manifestation is done, 3 unexpected signs that people don't talk about, and then another 5 manifestation signs, I will link all 3 below so you can watch all 3 of those videos, because they are gold for being able to track. You know, for me, that anxiety attack that I was telling you about, I knew in the moment, I'm pinching my palm going, Michelle, you know, this is a manifestation coming. You know that the universe tests you to see if you're ready, because I know about those signs from my videos. So hopefully that will help you deal with your tough times, that it's a total leap of faith sometimes because the universe is testing us and it's making us be stripped away of everything to say, okay, do we believe in a higher power? Yes, we do. So we're going to believe when things fall away, when people go away, when breakups, divorce, we lose a car, we lose a house. The universe pulls things away from us because it has to create space for something new to enter our lives. And the language of letting go is all about how to understand that process. So let's pull a page real fast. Man, I love where this reading is going. I'm so glad that I opened up my camera and started filming. Okay, I have giving, and this says, these are all dated too. So this is April 9th. I will also go to March 8th to see what that is real fast. Maybe we should read March 8th. All right, you guys ready? March 8th, surrender. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. All right, surrendering to a power greater than ourselves is how we become empowered. We become empowered in a new, better, more effective way than we believed possible. Doors open, windows open, possibilities occur. Our energy becomes channeled, at least in areas and ways that work for us. We become in tune with the plan of our life and our place in the universe. And there's a plan in place for us. We shall see that. We shall know that. The universe will open up and make a special place for us with all that we need provided. It will be good. Understand that it is good now. Learning to own your power will come if you are open to it. We do not need to stop at powerlessness and helplessness. That is the temporary place where we reevaluate where we have been trying to have power when we have none. Once we surrender, it is time to become empowered. Let the power come naturally. It is there, it is ours. And then the mantra says, today, I will be open to the understanding what it means to own my power, what it means to own my power. I will accept powerlessness where I have no power, and I will also accept the power that is mine to receive. Today, I will be open to understanding what it means to own my power. I will accept powerlessness where I have no power. I will also accept the power that is mine to receive. So when you feel like things are leaving your life, whether it's money, people, places, things, don't grip. You surrender and say, I can be in my power, in my powerlessness. And that is having full faith. And the universe is making my nose run right now. So I think that's a sign. Anytime it uses my body, it's confirmation of what I'm saying, is that you can surrender, let go, and let the universe run its course. Run its course. Man, I need my tissues. Sorry for sniffing so much. Okay, let's get started with some cards, yeah? Here we go. I'm being called to use my spirit animal wisdom. Let's see what animal we need today. Okay, thank you, universe. And I'm just being guided to pull one from here. This is one of my new decks. I don't remember the name of it. Wow. Thank you. Breaking barriers. I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. I just had a conversation on my walk home from the gym this morning. My gym's like literally like 50 yards. It's not even. And I was walking behind my little complex. And I saw one of my old neighbors who used to live in another building. He was walking his two dogs and we stopped. I was like, neighbor, I was like, I miss you. I haven't talked to you in forever. How are you? And I was telling him about what I was doing and he was like, that sounds like freedom. He's like, girl, you are just glowing with freedom. And I was like, thanks. So when one of my manifestation signs that I was talking about in one of my videos was people start to recognize our glow and our vibration when we are leveling up, when you are breaking barriers. So when you are, remember I talked about the huge shift this week? There's a huge transformation happening. We are shifting into new ways of being. We are becoming different people. We're starting to do things differently. We're seeing how the universe doesn't want us to continue these old habits and patterns. And it says, I am expanding beyond limitations. You're going out of what you used to be doing and the universe is pushing you. And it's saying, I'm expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. And now let's see what animals we got. I love when the cards are upside down. We don't know what they are. Yes. We got the sloth card. This is crazy because I went on my, I have this one lady who I'm super like close with. We go for walks at the park together. She's like a mentor. She's older than me. She's probably in her 60s and she walks her little dog. Her dog's name is Brad Pitt, which is hilarious. It's like a cute little white fluffy dog, which looks like a girl dog. But I went to go, she crossed my mind, and you guys should do this as well. When we're in the flow, when we're in alignment, people will jump into our minds. And when we're thinking of them, it's a sign we should message them. So I was on my morning drive. She popped in my head. I was like, oh, I got to say hi to her. I pulled over, got my phone out, and I went to go send her a gift. And I was just like, what should I send her? And then a sloth came up and it was like yawning, like, good morning. And I almost sent it to her, but I didn't. But there was a reason why I saw that, because this was meant to come out. Digital detox, recalibrate, reset, and recharge. So somebody is being called to rest. Be sloth-like today. And my friend Danny, high five Danny, if you're watching, I love you, girl. We are both teachers that resigned in the fall, and we are trusting and taking a leap of faith and knowing that the universe and God is going to show up for us so that we can do our mission and that we can be in our bodies and feel good. Because we did not feel good being of service in that way. We love kids, but that environment and everything that goes along with it just wasn't in alignment with us. And if I didn't leave that, I would not be here doing this. And if she didn't leave hers, she wouldn't be doing what she's doing. And we both made a commitment last night to say to each other, like, all right, tomorrow, there's no trying. We are not going to force our lives to happen. We're not going to force our abundance to come. And this, I think, is for us, Danny, don't you? It's sloth. we can just rest and know that we'll be guided and our intuition will lead us to what we're supposed to be doing. Because it is really hard, you guys. If you've ever taken a leap of faith, holy effing shit. High five to you. It is not easy and only the brave do it. So you are so brave and you are a wise woman. And the raven always reminds me of my dad. I love my dad so much. He passed away in October. It says change is coming. Woo, woo, yeah. And look at the moon cycles. There's 3 moons. The ravens always remind me of my dad because him and his best friend from childhood, they were in a class in like 4th or 5th grade where they had to recite a poem about a raven. Or one of the lines was quote the raven evermore, Edgar Allan Poe. And they used to always say like the wrong lines to the poem out loud. And the nun, as the teacher, would always turn around and be like, who said that? And they would both like giggle. They were like in 4th grade, but they would be like 60-year-old men sitting together, talking in the backyard about how they have those memories together. And it was like the sweetest little partnership. I love my Uncle Mike so much. And I know he misses my dad like crazy. So anytime I see the raven, I think of the 2 of them and their friendship over, gosh, almost 60 years. So I love that little love message there. Okay, let's use my deck, which has been saving my butt lately. If you would like to purchase my deck and have my energy in your home, it's called the Ever Unfolding Heart. I have about 15 animal cards, about 10 different manifestation messages about love and relationships, boundaries. Who are you allowing to take from you? Where are you giving too much of your energy and it's not valued? Pull back for a bit, see who's worthy of you. Amen. Do not give your energy away. And again, this could be the sloth. Like, don't put your energy into something if it's not being appreciated. And I see this as also breaking barriers, boundaries, barriers, kind of all the same thing. You are realizing that somebody in your life is an energy thief and they're feeding off of your energy and they're pulling at you and you can feel it and it's draining and they give you nothing in return, except they make you feel bad if you do one thing wrong. F that. We don't deal with that. We are sovereign human beings and we should only surround ourselves with people that want to pour love into us. And we have to be mindful of those who pretend to be amazing and pretend to say all the right things, but their energy just doesn't feel right. So be mindful of that too. So set your boundaries. Thank you, universe. Do you know your heart is a magnet? When it beats with joy and love, you are attracting everything you desire. You are full of magic. Your heart is your magic wand. Use it. I remember writing this one and I was like, ooh, shush, this is a really good one. My family calls me Shush. I'm Aunt Shushy. Okay, so I think this is saying when you pull back and you set boundaries in your life, you become more magnetic because you're pulling your energy back to you and you're becoming this wise woman who knows that you're on the brink of a big change and you're breaking barriers and you are pulling in your desires. So when you let go, like we talked about from the book, when we let go of things and we surrender, we are setting a boundary. We're saying, nope, I'm not going to force myself to do this. I'm going to be nice to myself. I'm going to give it to God and the universe and let them handle it. I'm going to be restful and I'm going to be wise and I'm going to see through the darkness. The raven is flying at night. So it's seeing through the darkness that there's always light. And you are a magnetic wand who can attract whatever you want. Use your magic to call in whatever you want and write it down in your journals. I can't tell you enough. Journaling is everything. If you don't write it down, it's not going to come in. It might come in, but it might come in a year later. Whereas if you just wrote it and you felt it as you were writing it, that's the key. Some people think the thought, but they don't lean into the feeling. When you write it, you are leaning into that feeling. You're seeing the words. You're like, wow, this is happening. And for me, if I write something and I don't feel it just yet, like it doesn't feel like I'm going to have it, like I have doubt, I'll write it 10 times. I'll write it until I feel it. And then I'll close the book and be like, okay, this seems realistic now. One of the things they say about money is that if you want to manifest a big amount of money in your life and you're uncomfortable with the amount, and your first thought is that's never going to happen because you just don't have faith and you haven't heard enough manifestation stories yet. What you have to do is you have to see that amount written on a wall somewhere, on a piece of paper, on your phone. And when you see it every single day, it becomes normal. So if you want $1 million, literally, I have $1 million. Let me clear my notifications. Hopefully you guys can see it. Clear, 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 clear. If you guys can see on my phone, it's not gonna. Oh, it's not going to show you. But anyway, I have like my deck of cards. It's a picture of my deck of cards. Yeah, there we go. How did I do that? See how I have 500,000 and 1 million written on a slant above the flower? That is me getting my eyes used to seeing that amount, because that's what's going to be in my savings account. And of course we want it to grow. So I'm not limiting myself, but I have 500,000 to 1 million. And I'm seeing that number every single day when I turn my phone on. Oh, there's that number. And I'm getting my mind used to seeing it because it's going to be here. It's here already. I'm already living. This is my bank account. Okay, let's do one more card. And that's how you magnetize things to you. So that last card we got, thank you, universe. That last card is all about using your magic to pull in what you want. Yeah, look at this one. Spice up your relationship. Send a cute, flirty text. Surprise your partner with a gift. Do something different each month to keep the fire burning. If you're single, call in this type of relationship for yourself. And of course, I wrote this one. Whoever is going to end up marrying me is going to have so much fun every single day. I am like, and I think most women who are in the light and are really vibrant and they've done their healing, they cherish everything. They cherish every small detail. They find gratitude for everything. And when a human being is in that state, it's pure joy and love. Like my husband will come home every day and I'll be like, hi, I'm so excited to see you. Even if I've had a shitty day, I'm still going to bring the light and the energy first. And then I'll be like, when they ask me how I'm doing, I'd be like, oh, I had the worst anxiety attack today. I'm so glad you're home. Hug me. You know, like it's that energy of, I still want to be that cute little puppy dog that can't wait to see them. And when you are in that energy, you're keeping things spicy. You're going to buy lingerie. You're going to surprise them with gifts. You're going to send them cute, flirty texts. And girls, I encourage you to do this if you're in like a 10-year marriage and things are stale. You know, take a picture of a cute pair of like underwear or panties or something, or a thong, and like take a picture of it and send it to your husband and be like, can you help me take these off later? Like just something cute, and be spicy, make it interesting. I know my brain is so creative. I already have visions of me writing letters to my partner when they come home and they're going to have a scavenger hunt to find my underwear. And then they're going to have to put it on me, and like just like fun little things like that. So be creative in your partnerships. And that's why I wrote this card, because I think so many people get stuck in the hustle and bustle of life and they don't forget that we're human and we're here in these bodies and we're meant to be sexual. We're meant to be in love, and we're meant to kiss and feel and taste and share meals together and talk for hours about life. But if we stay busy and stuck on this loop of how to survive life instead of how to enjoy it, we forget to do these things. We forget to buy our partners gifts, and we forget to make it fun and to have a scavenger hunt when you're 40 years old. Like, yeah, why not? Or go to a park and swing on the swings with your partner. So keep it spicy. If you want to magnetize that type of relationship to you, if you're watching this and you're single, start playing those out, start journaling those scenarios. I'm so grateful now that I have a partner I can do scavenger hunts with. I'm so grateful that now that I have a partner who cooks me meals and I surprise him with like yummy desserts later in bed. Like just start thinking of all these fun ways that you can love somebody. And I know some of my clients who are watching this, I know you are so creative and you're fun. I know I have one client, she like surprised her one guy with like water guns the one day and was like, let's have a water gun fight. Like, how awesome is that? Like I think she said she left a note on his doorstep with 2 water guns or something. I forget. But you see that on TikTok too, like people surprising their spouse when they come home from work by shooting them with a water gun. Like life needs to be fun, and we need partners that pull that out of us. If we're not somebody that's already in that mindset, we need to attract somebody that can help us get into that playful inner child mode. All right, let's do one more card before I leave you guys. I'm feeling called to do the partner because we're talking about partnerships. We're going to do the Hidden Truth Oracle. What does your partner want to say to you? A message from your person. I do these all the time on my shorts. Oh, I regret lying to you. That's okay. People lie for many different reasons. They lie for protection. They lie out of fear. They lie out of, a lot of times it's fear. They fear your response. They maybe don't know you yet, or maybe they do know you and they know that you're going to go ape on them. But I think we all need to lean into our compassion and our forgiveness at this time in the world right now. There's a lot of people being pressed and life is hard. And if people aren't fully honest, that's okay. They can if the more you accept them coming back and saying like, I'm sorry, the more love you are exuding, the better you feel and the more you're going to attract. Remember I said when your heart beats with joy, you're more magnetic. So the more accepting you are of other people and the forgiveness that you have in your heart, no matter what they're lying about, whatever it is, you can find a way to forgive it and have compassion for it. And if it hurts the relationship and the relationship has to end, then that's what it is. Then that means God has somebody better for you. But if somebody comes back and they're really, really sorry and they're being honest, like don't beat them up for it. It took them a lot of courage to come do it, and let them explain and maybe entice them to say, can I like understand your process behind why you decided to keep that from me? And help them dive into what their inner child was scared of. Because that's all it is. It's their inner child that's scared to get in trouble, or scared that, you're going to see them in a certain light and you're not going to love them anymore. And we want to hold space for people like that to just be honest and to always be honest. Honesty is the best method. And sometimes I'm not honest, and I have to always check myself, and I will always step up and be like, I'm sorry I did this, or I'm sorry I kept this from you. But lately in my life, I've been pretty honest. Again, throat chakra. So it's really, really important to be forgiving when people are coming back with like an apology. Open your heart, because you don't want to harbor that anger and hate towards them. It only hurts you. It's like you drinking the poison and expecting them to die. Last 2 cards of the reading. Finding out the truth crushed me. I'm afraid to contact you. We've gotten these 2 cards many times recently. Or maybe it's in my shorts that I get them. In my shorts. I hate that YouTube calls them shorts. They're like reels. Not in my shorts. I am afraid to contact you. Finding out the truth crushed me. I wonder if that means maybe they found out that you were dating somebody else. I know I had a client go through that recently. She was saying that her twin flame finally came back around and she was dating somebody else. Like all this time she was waiting on him. And then she was like, you know what? And that's what happens in the twin flame journey. When the one person goes away and says, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm going to live my life. And they go and date somebody else because they're worthy of love. They're not worthy of sitting around waiting for somebody. But at the same time, if that's their true love, then they have to be patient and know that that person has some healing to do and they have some big decisions to make, and we have to let them do that. But we don't sit around and not find joy in our lives while we're waiting for them to do that. We go live and we can date and we can do whatever we want. So maybe they found out that, somebody was dating somebody else and now they're scared to contact you. And then I regret lying. So you guys can interpret that in whatever way you want to interpret it. And let's end with a message from God. And I'm so thankful that my blanket is on this chair. I love this blanket. It's so comfy, but my cards, the whole deck just fell, but the blanket caught it. Normally the cards would have went everywhere. So that was a beautiful little, one less thing that I had to clean up. Again, I rest in God. We got this the other day. It says, there's a place in you where nothing is impossible. There's a place in you where the strength of God abides. Anything is possible. If you are at a point where it's like darkest before dawn and you're like, I have no idea how I'm getting out of this. I need help. I need help. You rest in God. Let him do the work for you. All right, lovies. That's it for today's morning messages. I hope you enjoyed them. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.